This one's fantastic.
When out here before, I could not look thee in the eye. Thou art like an angel.
I can sing this at work.
No.
Thy skin makes me
Oh, I
cry.
should sing it at work.
No.
Thou floatst like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. That's so very special. But I am a creep. I am a
I
weirdo.
know you're a weirdo.
What in hell am I doing here? I do not belong here. I cannot if it hurts. I want to have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want thee to notice when I am gone. That's so that
Okay. Hi, welcome to the Tuck and Mule Show. I'm Tug.
And I'm Mule. This video is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please
I'm the
contact
entertainment.
your local representative regarding contractual language and contractual rights. All opinions expressed in this video by Wonder Rosie and Bionic Christine are our own and do not reflect that of our employer. All opinions expressed in this video are protected under the National Labor Relations Act, which most of the time is a very good thing.
Especially with us.
Do not. Do not.
Okay, so today is a reboot of an old show that we've already done upon request.
Upon request.
So we are going to do the disability show again because several people have asked us, because the last time we did it on the old whiteboard and now we don't have to. So most of this is going to be done by Christine. So this will be a rather short show because she does not ramble and is not as gregarious as I am. So I will add a few things here and there, but most of it will be taken care of by the disability FMLA whiz, Christine, which I have learned most of my stuff from her because
I've gone through it.
because she does know quite a few things and she teaches me as much as I teach her, and it's amazing how, you can learn from everybody
We just kind of
as
bounce
long as
off
you're willing
each
to
other.
learn and share your knowledge.
Yep.
And here we go.
So, as we know, when we file for disability, life happens, shit happens, and sometimes you just have to file for disability. The very first thing you have to do, it's a long process only because the Hartford makes it difficult. EDD is stupid simple. Actually 177 is fairly easy too. The Hartford is the biggest pain in my ass ever. I have not yet found their worth. I don't know what, other than the fact that they dropped my insurance, which requires me to go back to work against my doctor's advice. So other than that, I have not yet. Stop it.
Sorry. I'm adjusting my blanket. I'm really cold.
Other than when you talk to them, they tell you that they are protecting your job, which makes no sense to me because I can just as easily communicate to my management team that here, I'll even give you a copy of my doctor's note. Have a nice day. But that's obviously too simple of a plan. So let us share the Hartford website. You have
I have the column.
This is
So there's a couple of things that we need to touch on. Like, so for, I gotta make this smaller. So for part-time employees, disability is only 6 months.
correct.
For full-time employees, you can take up to a year. However, you have to do the short-term disability first, and then you have to apply for the extension for the long-term disability. And this is where it becomes fun with the Hartford.
Not at all. So my recommendation, because it's easier to tell them that you are back to work. My recommendation is to ask your doctor to fill the paperwork out for 6 months. Easy enough. Then you can go back, even if you're only out for 2 months, and you can say, I've returned to work. There's a little tab on the Hartford that you have to go to and say, I returned to work on this day. That, in my opinion, would make it simpler for you.
Yep.
You may only be off for 6 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever. But due to the difficulty in filing paperwork with the Hartford, I suggest that you put it in for 6 months, and if you don't need all 6 months, that's fine. When you get to the this page, is this the, oh, there it is. Is this the top? Oh, there it is. You'll see employee benefits at the top. You'll see this disability and leave benefits and get started. That's where you want to go. Because I've never successfully made it past 6 months, whether my doctor wanted me out longer or not, I can't attest to filing a long-term disability claim.
But we know you have to file, you have to reapply.
You have to put the paperwork in like at, I
5
think it
months.
was 18 weeks or something.
Yeah. You have to open a new claim with the Hartford, because I tried it. I tried to open a new claim with the Hartford to get an extension for long-term disability. And I was denied. So it's no fun. And so it's just absolutely ridiculous. And the other problem with them too is, so they don't email you, they don't call you, they don't text you, they do not do any communications to you at all.
Except through their website.
Except for, yes, you have to constantly be logging on their website.
And there's a documents section, and
yep, you have to go into the document section.
There's a communications something in there.
You're not even going to find it in your inbox. Like, you'll have an inbox, but you won't see stuff in there. You have to go into your documents file and look for the most recent stuff that they have sent you.
Because that makes sense. Why put it in your inbox?
It'll be in your documents, and it'll be a letter that they sent you that was really important, that they said they mailed to you and you didn't even get in the mail. And and then they'll tell you that your stuff was denied and you had so many days to respond and you never got it, and so you need to go in there and check your documents folder. And
it's a whole lot of fun.
All of this is really chaotic, and this is why Christine and I have figured out that the best way to resolve this, so when you go out on disability, you fill out the Hartford, the Teamsters 177, and EDD. And the EDD is the easiest, and your doctor usually has to update that every 6 weeks. He or she does not have to update the Hartford or 177 every 6 weeks. if they are willing to do what Christine had advised, which is do the longer leave for the Hartford and the 177, where they just go ahead and put you out for 6 months, even if you go back earlier, that would be so much easier for the Hartford and 177, because both of those are very complicated when it comes to updating them.
Only updating, because the original 177 paperwork is stupid easy too.
Yeah.
Not a brain surgeon, doesn't require a whole lot of this is the form. It's very easy. I think the hardest part was the HR part, because we don't have
HR.
We don't have HR anymore.
Yeah, you have to go to your
full-timer,
or you can go to the HR outside, but they will only fill it out the day you are leaving. So the last day you're at work. Which could be a problem if you're out for an emergency or something happened there. That's the biggest problem with this one.
So other than that, this is actually an easy form.
Yep.
Not a problem. So then you fill this one out, you send it in.
And you can, if your doctor can fax this over to them right along with everything else.
Yes.
So they can fax this over. There, when you go in here, you have to log in. So you're gonna go on the Hartford, you're gonna hit get started, and they're gonna have you create an account. And then there's forms in here you're gonna have to download.
Oh God.
And fill those out. If you guys need any help with this, please do not, I cannot stress this, do not hesitate to contact Christine and I, and we will help you with all of this. We have become professionals on this. Even if you get denied, we're really good at even filing appeals. So just you have to communicate to us so that we can help you get this stuff done.
I wouldn't say professionals. I would just say that we are well versed in this
pretty
area.
Good at it.
now.
So
you'll go to the Teamsters Western Region 177 website. You'll go to the documents and forms.
Right here?
Yes. And then
you go to active plan unless you're a retiree. But most of us are active. And then you go over to the side here where it says forms.
And then you go down to the, where'd it go? Short-term disability claim form. And that's the form. So it also gives you, if you don't want to go to the website to fill out the paperwork off for the Hartford, you can call them, but they will send you a packet of information that you in turn have to fill out anyways. And it's just easier to do it online, in my opinion.
Yes, and you're eventually going to have to create that account on the Hartford in order to stay communicated by them. They will not communicate with you if you are not connected to the Hartford on their website.
Correct.
So that is just a forewarning. Now, the other problem with the Hartford is that currently, and this is being addressed, but currently, when you go out on disability, whether it's short-term or if you need to go out for long-term for whatever reason, because you have a major medical, the Hartford is coding us our FMLA for the first 12 weeks.
Yes.
Which is a big problem. We're trying to look into it. It is being handled by some people that we know. They're trying to correct this problem with the Hartford, but it has been an ongoing problem that Christine and I have been trying to get addressed for years. I am so glad that finally someone is addressing it, and I just want to thank that person without naming names.
Well, when we brought it up, we were just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, all that, whatever. But when I called the Hartford and I asked them, why are you coding me FMLA? I'm on disability, not FMLA. Their response was, it runs concurrently, which I didn't understand. I still don't understand. But that's a whole separate issue that, as Rosemary said, somebody is dealing with. and trying to get the proper answers or fix the situation. So this is the Teamsters 177. As I said, really easy. And then we have the EDD claim, which is another really easy. This one, you go into claims, and then you go down and you find the disability or family leave. Now, I've had to do both. I had to do disability for myself, and my mom fell down and broke her hip, and so there was nobody to take care of her and my dad, so I had to take that family leave for 12 weeks. And that was actually really easy. I didn't have any issues with anybody. I had to have my mom's doctor had to fill out the paperwork instead of my own. That was all. Just so that I could take care of the family. But it wasn't an issue. It was, pretty easy. And most of the time, though, you will use your disability insurance. We pay into it all year. When you get your first disability claim form that they send you, it'll show you how much you've paid into it. And how much you have to use for that time that you're out.
Because it's going to pay you,
it's like 2/3
of the highest quarter that you last year.
It goes by your highest quarter for the last year, but like if you're thinking that because you got through peak and then you're going to go, something happens in January or February, that's not how they report it. They don't report your peak hours until April. So that kind of messed me up once, but
right. Nice advice to have. Little bit of knowledge there from Christine.
So if it's something that you can push off for a couple of months, it's not something urgent. Minor surgery, something like that. By all means, I would suggest you wait. I didn't know that, and
yeah,
totally messed me.
You'll get that your highest quarter would be that peak quarter, so you'd make a little bit more money if you waited until April or May. Probably May or June.
So just future reference if you ever needed to know that.
And then you have the like feeder drivers, package car drivers, some of the guys that hit pure 80, or not pure 80, that hit 2080. 80 hour 200 the 2080 hours around August, September. You're getting up there in age, you need to take some time off. And you've earned this money. Like if you don't use it, you will lose it. They're not going to hand over a check once you retire. So it's not necessarily a bad idea to take that time. If you've hit your 2080 for the year, and you've put in your full pension contribution, then you can always take the tail end of that year off, and a little bit into the next year. And it's something that you've earned the money. You might as well go ahead and take the time off, especially if you need to take care of your health or a family member's health. Now there is a difference between short-term disability, long-term disability, and FMLA. So, and we wanted to cover that because we did not cover that in our last show.
Okay, so FMLA, you can do in a 12-week block, or you can do intermittently, as needed throughout the year. Just know that when you do it intermittently, they're using all of your entitlements.
Not anymore.
No,
they changed it. Yeah, they told that a certain person at work said they changed the laws and they can't do that anymore.
Oh,
it's kind of fantastic.
Yeah.
I think they use a week, but that's all they can use unless you opt in for more. But you can opt out for them using your entitlements.
Because it used to be everything but a week.
Yeah, no, they can't use them all now.
Way to go. Fantastic.
So, but if you want to get paid, you can choose to have your FMLA days paid, or you can choose to have them unpaid. And that's now the option that they gave us for the 12, the intermittent. But it's very limited to whatever your doctor, and I think you can only take like a certain amount a month, like
your
4 days.
your doctor will put in, 6 days a month, or 2 days a week, twice a month, or they give specifics of this much in this amount of time, and that's what you can use intermittently. You can use it for bonding, your family bonding when you have a baby. You can use it up to the first year of the baby's life. So if you don't want to take that first 12 weeks of the first 12 weeks of their life, you can wait, and you can say, okay, I will take 12 weeks
around their first birthday,
somewhere around there, or whatever you want. Like I said, I took the block of 12 weeks to take care of my mom. And that was not an issue. I used to, I did 1 year have the intermittent FMLA because my son had seizures that for a short period of time. So I did use it for that. Let's see.
You have to have 1,250 hours a year.
Is that the part-time?
To qualify for FMLA, whether you're part-time or full-time. That's what that's what they said. That's what I looked up and saw. But that it's in a 12-month period, you have to have 1,250 hours needed.
But then also remember that the time you take off takes away from your hours. So sometimes you need it, yes, but if you need it long term, it's a little bit harder to maintain your working hours if you are taking the time off.
Yeah. And a great resource to know all about FMLA, if you actually have any questions and want to know how to use it within your work system and just understand how it works altogether generally, is this great handbook, the FMLA Handbook, that is offered at the TDU website inside their store. And it just goes over, we have this, and it actually goes over everything that you would need to know about FMLA. So if you want to just know about FMLA, if you're interested in taking FMLA, if you just want to share this knowledge with other people and start a work group and just start sharing this information with other members, then that's the best place to go to get that information, is that book right there.
Okay. So I think that covered what we needed to update. Unless you have something else.
No, I think that's pretty much it. Like, you just need to make sure that you're.
And if you need help, just ask. We are more than happy to help people.
The big thing is making sure that you're staying in contact with the Hartford at all times. Like, if you do an extension with, like, let's say you went out in January and you were supposed to return to work in March, and your doctor extended it in March. For Teamsters 177, all your doctor needs to do is fax over a doctor's note that says that he has extended it from whatever date it was in March that you were to return to whatever the new date is. But he has to fax that doctor's note. Excuse me. He has to fax that doctor's note over to 177, explaining why he's extending it and what the new dates are. The Hartford is very different. They have to refill out that whole form again.
It's a packet.
And everything has to be refilled out again. They have to resubmit it all again with the new dates. And this is why we say, if you know you're going to be out, just try and do 6 months.
And then, it's so much easier.
And then just return. And then just put on there that you return to work early.
It's so much easier.
Because the Hartford will deny you for
The wrong word.
inconsistent comments
The wrong word.
from 1 month to another by your doctor.
Okay.
So it's just not worth it.
That is our updated FMLA disability.
Non-medical trained.
Oh, you mean the stupid people that sit behind the desk and go, no, thank you.
Denied.
Denied.
Yeah. You have no medical training, but I'm going to deny a doctor who's been practicing for 40 years.
Sure. Why not?
Right?
Remember, time is not your friend during this.
No. And remember, when Hartford denies you, you have no more compensable time, which means they're no longer paying your health care. Time to go back to work.
Can you hear it? You hear it? It's time to go. All right, guys. Keep that in mind. And if you need help, just ask. We're always here. Somewhere. Nah. Somewhere.
They get to hear me before they see me.
All right. Oh, I'm going to hear you from the parking lot.
Right? Bye-bye.
Have a good one, guys.